Hey gang, it's Leon. This is one of those videos where I have been waiting to do because you guys are loving these mobile gimbal. So today we got ourselves DJI Osmo Mobile 6 versus Zhiyun Smooth 5S. These two gimbals right here at the time of this recording is the two best mobile gimbal out there. It can handle any phones that you throw on it, and at the same time the feature on these are astounding. So with all the features out there, it can get kind of confusing. Anyhow, today I want to talk about these two right here, and hopefully it'll help you make a decision on which gimbal to get for your phone. All right, let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about the size real quick. As you can see right here, the Osmo Mobile 6 is a lot smaller than the Zhiyun. I mean, just based on the packaging alone. All right, now in terms of size comparison, yep, you can already tell. Fold down, the Osmo Mobile 6 is a lot more compact than the Zhiyun, but at the same time, I want you to notice something different here. The mini tripod that the Zhiyun came with is a lot smaller than the DJI mini tripod. Now, that's where I think it's a big deal for me, because with the Zhiyun being this big and heavy, this mini tripod does not seem like it's sufficient. So as you can see right here, the footprint of the Zhiyun is a lot smaller. What that means is that if you have a heavy phone on here, it can be knocked over pretty easily. Obviously, you can get a bigger tripod, so that's not a problem there. What I've done is I've been using this mini tripod over on the Zhiyun when I'm shooting with this thing. So just an FYI, the mini tripod is actually mini. It's a lot smaller. With the Osmo Mobile big tripod here, never really had a problem of it tilting over or anything like that. So now let's talk about the locking mechanism on these gimbal. The Zhiyun, you unlock by opening this, and then you just pull out the gimbal. And once you do that, it actually are kind of stabilized already, waiting for your phone to be attached to the actual gimbal. Once I attach the phone clamp on there, I drop it on here. The gimbal automatically knows that it's attached because of the magnetic, and now the whole thing is stabled. If you want to shoot horizontally, you double press and it turns the phone. And by the way, check this out. You just detach your phone and the gimbal just goes to sleep. The Zhiyun is based on pro shooters, because if you look around, you're gonna notice something. One is this mounting point right here where you can attach accessories to it, like, I don't know, a light, a mic, that kind of stuff. You can attach to it as well. For the locking mechanism on the Zhiyun, it's a pretty old style locking mechanism. It's literally a snap in to lock. So you just pop that out, and then also on here, you pop this out, and then there is a button right here where you press to unlock this axis right here. Then on top of that, if you want to shoot vertical, then you would turn this here. Yep, all you do is just turn that and attach your phone. So let's say if you want to shoot vertical, this is how it would be. Just make sure that it clears this area right here when you attach it, because for a big phone like this, it can hit this area right here. So I would push my phone up so that it would clear that area right there. So once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to balance the phone before you turn it on. Which what I've done is usually you unlock this right here and you just kind of find a sweet spot for it. It doesn't have to be perfect. About right there. Then you lock it. And that's when you turn this thing on. And now it balances itself. So from an ease of use standpoint, this one right here is more focused on the pros that likes to balance out their gimbal before they turn on the phone. Because what happens is that some of the pros, they actually like to attach wireless mics to the phone and other little accessories to the phone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm saying that this right here is more focused on the pros over the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. Now, if you want to go from vertical over to horizontal, you can't do that on the fly. You'll have to turn off the gimbal, take the phone out, flip this mechanism right here, and then attach the phone on there. Now notice, once you attach the phone on there, this side is going to be a lot heavier. So you're going to have to readjust this right here to balance out that gimbal right there. Now it's balanced before it turns on the phone. So if you guys are used to the big gimbal, this is going to be super easy for you. Okay, so now turn on the phone, and that's how you go from vertical over to horizontal mode. Okay, so since I have the Zhiyun right here, let's talk about some of the buttons and functionality that's actually on the gimbal itself. So first, you've got yourself a lot of buttons and functionality on this gimbal. This gimbal actually comes with a light in front of the gimbal already. So all you have to do is just hold this button down right here, and the light will turn on. This is great if you're shooting at night. You just require a little bit more light. Built-in light already. Now you can make that light a lot brighter just by using this scroll wheel right here. On the Osmo Mobile, there's no such thing. So on both gimbal, you can hook up to the Bluetooth and you can get some basic functionality like just hitting the record button on there. It works just fine that way. But on the Zhiyun, it opens up a whole different level of functionality if you use their app. For instance, the scroll wheel right here, you're able to use the zoom feature that's on the actual Zhiyun app by using this scroll wheel right here. But most of the time, I actually don't use the Zhiyun app. I only use the default camera app that's on my phone. Both have a small joystick that you can move the gimbal with. Nothing really to talk about there, except the Osmo Mobile is a little bit bigger and it's easier. The Zhiyun is kind of small. Both have the little back button right here where if you hold, it does certain things like lock the gimbal down, that kind of stuff. All right, so the last thing I want to point out is something that's been really bothering me. So let me just show you. This is Zhiyun Smooth 5S. And if you look right here really closely, you can see all the modes that's listed. And running through those modes, you press this mode button. You can see that now it's on L. I believe that's an F. Now it's POV. And then look at Osmo Mobile. Here's all the mode. You can tell which mode is which very clearly. The reason why I want to point that out is because if you are to use this outside in the sun, the Zhiyun, it's really hard to see what mode you're on. So you constantly have to hit the mode button and see which mode you're at. Hopefully that's the right mode that you're looking for. With the Mobile 6, with the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, you can actually see it in the sunlight. So the thing that I mentioned about the Zhiyun is that there's just a lot more to the Zhiyun with the lights, the attachments and things like that. If you bought the Zhiyun combo, it comes with a little mini light right here that you can magnetically attach on top or even the bottom of this. And when you turn on the light, that light actually works with it. It's really good if you want to turn this light around for a little selfie. So as you can see, that light is on right there. Honestly, I'm not sure why you would need this, since you have the light right here, and you can just turn the camera around to use the actual light right here with a better camera lens. So not sure if you need the combo or not. With the Osmo Mobile, there's a attachment clamp that you can buy that has the light on it, and it'll work that way. But the whole clamp itself is not with the gimbal, but it has a battery in it. So you can look into that. Now let's talk about the app. I'm not going to go into too much detail about each of the app because that would take a whole nother video, but I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing is when you use the app on the Zhiyun, you are required to log in order to activate the device. So there's no way around this. You have to create an account and all that good stuff in order to use the app. Yeah, so I'm not sure why you need this much information in order to just activate a Bluetooth on the device, but Zhiyun requires you to do that. So if you're sensitive about that kind of stuff, this is probably not for you. With DJI, you don't have to log in. Right here, I'm not logged in at all, and my device is working right here. The second reason why you'll want to get a mobile gimbal is so that you can use the app to do little face tracking and things like that. You can track objects, and it makes shooting so much easier. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little test on the tracking of each one of these, and I wanna let you see how good these tracking really are. First off, I'm gonna flip the camera over so that it can see my face. So as soon as I flip this thing over, you can already see that Zhiyun is just flipping the camera over, but on Osmo, as soon as you flip it over, it knows that you want to track your face. So it activates that active track right away. So here, it's already activated, and it recognized my face right away. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in the background here, and it still just recognized my face right away. With the Zhiyun, I would have to select my face, and now it works. So both are doing a fine job at tracking. No problem there. It does not let go when I'm moving out of frame. When I step further back, same thing. So both are very good at tracking faces. No problem there. I'm very surprised because Zhiyun has came a long way on this face tracking thing. Just a year ago, they didn't do a very good job at face tracking when I was testing it. But now, it's really good. Okay, so let's see how good it is when I put my hand over my face. Let's see if it loses tracking. So as you can see, DJI knows my face, knows where it is, even if I have my hand over it. And Zhiyun has lost the face tracking. And that's it. You have to reset Zhiyun. Okay, let's try one more time with my hand over my face. You can see that the Zhiyun is drifting off, trying to find my face. And even if I let go, it doesn't know that it's my face. And the reason why is I believe active track just knows that it's a face rather than it's an object. Zhiyun is looking at an object. It thinks that even if I have my face selected, it thinks that it's an object. And so it's just looking for object rather than face. So it's two different type of tracking, I would say. So it's really not fair to compare one to the other, I guess. But just know that active track knows about faces. Okay, so next test. Let's see if I move really quickly and see if these gimbal can keep up. Okay, from here. And there is Zhiyun. I have to say that I actually hate the way Zhiyun and their app works. I'm in this mode where I'm recording myself and you have all these little ads, whatever you want to call it, but it's just disruptions that's on the screen, as you can see right now. I don't know how I feel about that. And I can't make it go away. I don't know how to make it go away. It's just weird. I mean, rather than, yeah, I don't know. Now I have to reset everything. So anyway, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these two gimbals outside and do a little run test to see how stable they are. All right, so let's do it. Well, there you have it, guys. That's the comparison between the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 versus the Zhiyun Smooth 5S. I hope you guys find this video useful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.